Hello y'all, this is the Ninja DC. In today's LACA, I'm going to be discussing MLP's narrative structure, or to be specific, answering the age-old question, is Friendship is Magic an episodic or linear narrative? Well, like most things in life and Game of Thrones characters' moral alignment, the answer is gray. First off, I might as well describe both sides of the scale, episodic and serial shows. Episodic shows are, well, you're all familiar with what they are. Each episode is a very self-contained narrative with little to no influence on the greater narrative scheme, besides usually introducing new characters for future use. Examples include The Simpsons, Robot Chicken, and Stupid Guy. A serial show, in contrast, is one continuous narrative. Most episodes play into the grander plot with a subplot that is the season's narrative. Such examples include Game of Thrones, the Avatar series, and most shonen anime like Fairy Tail or Naruto. It's not that these shows can't have isolated or one-off episodes, but even those are part of the series' continuity. However, what is really so awesome about MLP is how it borrows elements from both to form a hybrid very unique to its own. MLP's overall episode structure is laid out like a sandwich if you have not heard the comparison made by many other Brony analysts before. Essentially, the heavy adventure or narrative episodes form the bread that wraps the filling composed of slice-of-life episodes. Those slice-of-life episodes are very episodic in nature, and the adventure episodes, in contrast, are very serial in nature, especially since most of them are outright narratives stretched over 2 episodes that can't exactly work on their own. Now, this would lead you to believe that MLP is more on the episodic side of the scale, but it is a sandwich structure in combination with the seasons that is what really defines MLP as a true middle ground show in a very unique way. It is true, individual episodes in the slice of life section can and have had their order shuffled around within a season with no change to the narrative. However, shuffling outside of a season creates a lot of problems. For example, you can't really have Apple Bucking season played after Apple Family Reunion and still have it make sense. In contrast, you can insert most episodes of early seasons of The Simpsons together with more new ones without much of a clash outside of the vastly improved animation and a degrading quality if that is your perspective on it. Part of what really defines MLP's serial nature is the character's growth, especially in the examples I gave with AJ. As I've already described in past LACA videos, the main 6 are not static characters but rather dynamic. Character growth is often the core of most episodes, with the main plot being a lesson one of the main 6, Spike, or the CMC learned. Since the characters are constantly evolving, with their current actions being influenced heavily by developments in last seasons, MLP can't truly be labeled as an episodic show, as true episodic shows lack that level of connectivity between seasons. That said, MLP is constantly shifting and developing as a show, and if Season 4 is any indication, the narrative is going to be growing more serial in the future. The obvious example being the overarching season plot point with the rainbow powers, but even more importantly to me, the subtle continuity nods to past episodes within the season itself appearing in future episodes of that season. Things like the CMC flag bearers appearing in Equestrian Games finale, and Golden Delicious showing up in Philly Vanilli, and also within that episode, the return of Fluttershy's bat powers, I think. I imagine Season 5 will take a similar approach, but a little bit more polished and maybe not as blatantly obvious of an episode's importance to the season's endgame as Rainbow Powers were. However, I doubt Megan will ditch the show's sandwich narrative approach and the use of the slice of life episodes, as those episodes are really what defines a series. So no, MLP is not a true episodic series, but a hybrid that's trying to experiment a little bit more with its serial aspects. It all reminds me sort of how comics are set up, actually, where many comics events are self-contained to their specific comic spin-off, but they do exist within the hero's grand continuity that spans multiple simultaneous comics, especially with Batman. And if it is a big event, it all surely will come back at some point in the character's main series. Even if, like with MLP, there is some issues and confusion over timelines not exactly being linear, leaving fans to try and figure out if Batman beat up Darkseid before or after he hospitalized the whole Justice League. My theory is before. Well, this is the Ninja DC. Keep calm and an open mind.